today because we have so much to talk about self-expression. Self-expression is a hot topic for me in my world because once upon a time, this lady that you see right here does not know how to express herself, and everything that I thought about, everything that I wanted to say, everything that I felt, I was like, I do not have the words for it, and I don't know who's going to listen to me, so I better just not say it and keep it to myself. But fast forward years later, I have worked on myself, and here is the final result. Oh, today, I'm going to be answering your questions about how do you become more uninhibited in your own self-expression? How do you find your own voice? How do you find your own style? How do you become certain in the voice that you are putting out there is your own voice and not somebody else's, not somebody else's style, not somebody else's remake or remix. Like you are your own version of yourself, and you can be absolutely 100% certain of that. So I'm going to be giving you 3 points to help you unlock and uncrack this code inside of you, because I believe that every time when we feel some kind of holdback, every time when we feel inhibited and we feel afraid to put ourselves out there, it's because something was stuck in between, like having the thought and allowing ourselves to put the thought out there, allowing ourselves to put ourselves out there. So I'm going to be giving you these 3 points, and once you're able to through these 3 points, once you're able to understand these things, you are going to feel so much more comfortable in your own skin. You're going to be so much more comfortable in your own voice. As a matter of fact, even if you use your own voice, you're not going to think that you are trying or you are making an effort to do this, because the way that it feels to be using your own voice is a very natural occurrence. It's just being in your own skin. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to try. You don't have to make an effort. You don't have to think about, oh, what am I trying to sound like? Or who am I trying to be like? It's it's the easiest thing in the world. It's how you talk to your best friend. It's how you talk to, the people that you love. It's how you talk to the people you're close with. It's how you talk to yourself. It's the first thing that comes to you, and it's the last thing you hear before you go to bed. So I want to help you to get to this place of this uninhibited uninhibition and have a lot of fun with exploring your self-expression and using your voice for a good cause and help people. So tip number one and shift number one that I think needs to happen within a lot of people is that a lot of my clients, and myself included, I see a lot of people waiting for the words to come, waiting for the words to come. It's almost like I need to have rehearsed this in my head, and I need to have an idea of how I'm going to say it and what words are going to come to me until I allow the words to come through. So everything that I say is rehearsed, and everything that I want to say is in a past energy, because if I figure out the words now, then I don't have to figure out in the moment that I say it. Now, what I want to say about that is your self expression is connected to your presence. So, the more present you can be in the moment, like in this moment as we're speaking right now, I have not rehearsed these words, by the way. I have not thought about how these words were going to come through my mouth, but in this moment, this is how I'm feeling, and as a result of that, these words are coming through my mouth. The more you're connected with the present moment, the easier the words are going to come through. Not not having rehearsed or recited some words that you have thought about in the past and then trying to memorize them or trying to say it in the way that you felt it is a very different energy from how you feel it right now. I could have thought about this message, or I could have thought about this video, and in the way that I'm feeling right now, I can tell you that it's so different from the way that I felt this message when it first came to me. But I prefer to be in this energy that I am right now, so that I can actually expand in the energy that I'm feeling now, than to try to remember how I was feeling in the past. I hope that makes sense. So You don't have to wait for the words to come to you. You don't have to rehearse the words. You are the word. You are the word. The reason why you are the word is because you are your presence. You are your awareness. You are your consciousness. You are everything that observes everything that is happening. You are not separate from your word. You are not separate from your experience. And so, what that means is when you allow yourself to have the experience of the expression and you allow yourself to feel what it is that you want to communicate, you become the word. You're not separate from the word. You do not have to wait for the words to come to you. You become the word. It's a very big shift. So it will probably take a little while for you to really integrate that and experience that in your body, but allow yourself to have a deep level of trust in you, because the moment that you allow the words to come out is no less than the moment you felt it in the first place. As a matter of fact, when you experience it again and when you actually do want to say something and you actually do want to communicate, those moments are the strongest. So, tip number 2 is allow the message to be the message. So, what do I mean by that? Now, a lot of times I have second guessed and doubted myself when I had a download and I had a drop and I was like, okay, that sounds like a very potent message. That sounds like something I want to communicate. That sounds like a good idea. That sounds like wisdom. That sounds like insight. I want to share this. But I feel like it's not quite enough. It's not quite there yet. I need to play with it for a little bit, or I need to, it's not, maybe it's not what people needed to hear. It's not how I needed to say it. Let the message be the message, allows you to trust the message that is enough as it is. What happens to a lot of people is that we receive the message and we don't trust the potency of it. We don't trust that the message has a strong foundation, it has a strong energy that is going to be delivered just as it is. It's kind of like we have a gift for someone. We've bought something in a shop for someone and we're like, oh, but this gift, this box of cookies, it's just not enough. I've gotta wrap it and package it. I've gotta add some, bells and whistles to it. I've got to make it more. This feeling of just making it more. So we don't allow the message to be the message. We feel like it's not good enough to give it to people as it is. It's not clear enough. It's not potent enough. It's not strong enough. It's not going to change enough people. It's not going to change lives. Maybe it's not going to impact people. Maybe they're not going to understand it. They're not going to get it, so on and so forth. Allow the message to be the message. And when you can do that, you trust the power in which you're going to say, and you allow yourself to deliver the message in the full potency of that power, which means you don't dilute the power of the message. You don't minimize the significance of that message. That is so powerful, my friends, because you recognize that this message is enough as it is. It is big enough. It is suitable for the person who needs to hear it. It doesn't matter what message you want to say. It doesn't matter how you want to express yourself. It doesn't matter what you want to say, but it is suitable for the person who's receiving your words. It's going to click. It's going to land. It is the energy that they need to receive. So allow the message to be the message and don't see it for anything smaller than it actually is. So tip number 3 is, let me look at my notes. So tip number 3, and this is the big one for you guys. For those of you who have been playing and trying to allow yourself to express more, this is going to change your world. Now, I know a lot of gifted people in my life, and myself included. I know a lot of gifted people in my life. And I know, hi, oh, hello, welcome. I know a lot of talented, wise, insightful, intentional people in my life. a lot of those people have a lot to say. A lot of people carry a lot of experience, wisdom, lessons, and all the things that they want to share with the world, all the things that they want to give to the world. Thank you so much. Now, what I want to say is you have a lot to say. You have a lot to share with the world. You have a lot to teach the world. You have so much impact that you can put out there to influence people, to change lives, to make an impact today, right now, in this moment. Every moment, you have the potential and the power to do that. Like, I believe you, the person that come to my channel, they're all very powerful people. I know that. Like, I can see it in the comments. I can see the quality of the comments in which I'm able to experience. I have this energetic exchange with you. I can feel that I attract really powerful and influential people. However, when we think that we have a lot to say, a lot of times we keep it up here. And we think that, oh, I have a lot of substance to give. I have a lot of substance to share, but I'm keeping it in my head and I'm imagining myself sharing it. So imagination of sharing it kind of, it's like a trick, it's like an illusion. You're not actually doing it. The moment you actually do it and you allow yourself to express yourself is the moment that you actually, turn your wisdom and insight into tangible physical reality. And that's how you turn it into experience. But because a lot of people keep it in their heads on this level and don't allow the message to come through, like from here down to here to the mouth and leave their mouth, a lot of times it stays up here and it does not become an experience. And when it doesn't become experience, it does not get integrated with the body because you're keeping up here. You're not integrating your body to share the message out. You're not integrating your body to feel the emotion. You're not integrating your body to have the experience of actually saying it, to do the gestures, to allow your body to have this experience and memory of what it's like to express yourself. And this is going to make a whole world of a difference, because the moment your ideas leave your head and you empty out yourself through your mouth, through your actions, through your embodiment, through your doing, through your service, through your sharing, that is the moment it becomes experience, and your experience is going to turn into memory, an acknowledgement of how I turned my thoughts into an expression. This is how you get to know yourself. This is how you actually get to experience how I communicate. Because I will never really know how I communicate. I will never really know how I'm going to say something until the moment it's been said. I can always imagine, oh, in that conversation, I could have said that. I could have said it in this way. I could have said it better. I could say this. I could present this idea. I could pitch this idea. I could start this project. I could reach out to that person. But I'm just going to imagine it for now. And I know I have a lot to say, and I know I have a lot to give to the world, but I'm just going to keep it to myself right now. So the longer you keep it to yourself and the longer it stays in here, the longer it does not get integrated in here. So what you want to do when you want to manifest the uninhibition of your self-expression, you want to really allow yourself to feel that unleashment in your body, you have to turn the thought into your physical experience. You have to bring it into your physical body so that you can actually have the experience and have the memory and have the recognition of what it actually feels like when I do allow myself to express myself. Because what I can tell you is that your expression, it's so much more than what comes out. It's so much more than what people see. What you see right here on the computer screen or the phone screen or the video, it's only a fraction of what's actually happening right now. But what's really happening is you see this, you see the image, you see me talking, you hear my message, you see my confidence, and at the same time, guess what? I have the experience. I am feeling the emotion of turning my thoughts into reality. I am experiencing how do I put this concept, this very vague concept, into words? How do I deliver this idea into something, a story, an analogy, an explanation in such a way that people are going to understand? I am learning. I am figuring it out. I am getting to learn about myself as the words are coming through my mouth. And I don't know how I'm going to say it until I have said it. I'm going to say it again. I don't know how I'm going to say it until I have said it. So, this is the key to knowing your own self expression. This is the key to mastering your own self expression, is that you always have to turn it into experience. So, I hope that these 3 points were really helpful for you to allow you to turn your thoughts into an experience, into a message to deliver to people. Because I know all of you who are watching this video right now, all of you who are in the self-development and spiritual development world, I know you have so much to give. You have so much to share, and you have that passion and reason and drive to want to do it. Now it's just that one leap, it's just that one step. You need to get yourself out there and show people this is what it's like to believe in myself. This is what it's like to allow myself to step out of my comfort zone and actually say the thing, even though I wasn't sure how I was going to say it in the first place. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And with that said, I love you guys, and I will be seeing you in the next video.